cabin appears through the snow-laden trees just as twilight settles over the mountains. It's small and sturdy, built from thick logs darkened by decades of winter storms. Smoke curls from the stone chimney, and warm golden light glows from the windows. You've been hiking for hours through the quiet forest, and now you're finally here, your refuge for the night. You push open the heavy wooden door, and a wave of warmth embraces you. The interior is everything you hoped for. A single room with exposed beam ceilings, a stone fireplace crackling with orange flames, and a thick rug spread across the worn wooden floor. In the corner sits a bed piled high with quilts and blankets, looking impossibly inviting. You close the door against the cold, and the sound of wind immediately softens. Outside, snow is beginning to fall again, fat, lazy flakes drifting past the windows. But in here, the air is warm and still, scented with wood smoke and pine. You shed your winter layers slowly, boots by the door, coat on a wooden peg, hat and gloves on the bench beneath the window. Your muscles ache pleasantly from the day's journey. That good tiredness that comes from honest physical effort in clean mountain air. The fire draws you closer. You add another log from the stack beside the hearth, and sparks spiral upward. The flames reshape themselves around the new wood, popping and hissing as pockets of sap ignite. The fire's warmth radiates outward, soaking into your cold hands and face. A thick wool blanket lies, draped over a rocking chair near the fire. You wrap it around your shoulders and settle into the chair, letting your body sink into its curved shape. The chair creaks softly as you rock, a gentle, rhythmic sound that blends with the fire's crackle. Through the window, you watch the snow fall. The flakes are illuminated briefly as they pass through the light spilling from the cabin, then disappear into the darkness beyond. The world is being erased by white trees becoming softer silhouettes. The trail you hiked vanishing under fresh powder. The fire has found its rhythm now. Flames dance across the logs in shades of orange, yellow, and deep red. The wood pops occasionally, sending tiny glowing embers floating upward before they cool and darken. You watch them rise and fall, mesmerized by their brief journeys. Heat from the fireplace fills the cabin completely. You can feel it on your face, warming your cheeks and making your eyelids heavy. The cold from your hike has been chased away entirely, replaced by a deep, bone-level warmth that makes you want to curl up and never move. Outside, the wind picks up slightly. You hear it whistling around the cabin's corners, testing the walls, finding small gaps to sing through. But the cabin stands firm. These logs have weathered countless storms. The wind can howl all it wants you're safe inside. Snow taps against the windows with the softest sound, like tiny fingers knocking. It's not harsh or threatening, just the gentle percussion of a winter night. The accumulation on the windowsill grows thicker, creating a white frame that makes the cabin feel even more enclosed, even more separate from the world outside. You leave the rocking chair and move to the window, blanket still wrapped around you. Pressing your hand against the glass, you feel the cold radiating from outside, a sharp contrast to the warmth at your back. Your breath fogs the window, and you draw a simple pattern in the condensation before it fades. The forest beyond is transforming. Snow weighs down the pine branches, bending them into graceful arcs. Some branches release their burden suddenly, and you see small clouds of powder drift down through the darkness. Everything is muffled, quieted, softened by the falling snow. A kettle sits on the hearth, and you fill it from a jug of water, setting it near the fire's edge to warm. While you wait, you explore the cabin's simple comforts. There's a shelf of old books, their spines cracked and faded. A oil lamp with a brass base. A wooden table with 2 chairs. Everything is worn but cared for, used by countless travelers who came before you. The kettle begins to hum, then whistles softly. You wrap your hand in your sleeve to lift it, and pour hot water into a mug with a tea bag you brought. The steam rises, carrying the scent of chamomile and honey. You cradle the warm mug in both hands, letting the heat seep into your palms. And the bed calls to you. You've been glancing at it all evening. That pile of quilts and blankets, the plump pillows, the promise of complete comfort. But you're not quite ready yet. The fire is too perfect, the cabin too peaceful. You want to savor this a little longer. You sit on the rug before the fireplace, legs crossed, sipping your tea. The flames continue their endless dance. Each log burns in its own way, some fast and bright, others slow and steady. The wood settles and shifts, finding new positions, creating new patterns of flame. Your tea is warm and sweet, with just a hint of honey dissolving on your tongue. You drink it slowly, letting each sip spread warmth through your chest and belly. The combination of the fire's external heat and the tea's internal warmth makes you feel perfectly balanced, perfectly content. When the mug is empty, you set it aside and simply sit, watching the fire. Your breathing has become slow and deep without you noticing. Your shoulders have dropped. The small tensions you carry in your jaw, your forehead, the back of your neck begin to release. Outside, the snow continues to fall. You imagine it covering the entire forest, burying the trails, creating a pristine white blanket over everything. By morning, the world will be transformed. But that's hours away. For now, there's only this moment. Fire, warmth, safety, peace finally. You can't resist any longer. You tend to the fire one last time, banking the coals and adding a large log that will burn slowly through the night. The fire will keep the cabin warm while you sleep, driving away any chill that might creep through the walls. You turn down the oil lamp until only a faint glow remains, just enough to see by. Then you approach the bed. The quilts are heavy and real, handmade with tiny, careful stitches. You pull back the layers, one quilt, another beneath it, then blankets, then soft flannel sheets. The bed is calling you home. You slip between the sheets, and they're cold at first, that sharp contrast that makes you gasp and laugh quietly. But you burrow deeper, and your body heat begins to warm the space around you. You pull the quilts up to your chin, feeling their weight settle over you like an embrace. The pillow cradles your head perfectly. It smells faintly of lavender and fresh air, like it was dried outside on a sunny day. You adjust it slightly, finding exactly the right position, and then you go still. Your eyelids flutter closed, then open slightly, then close again. The fire's glow is visible even through your closed lids, a soft orange warmth that pulses gently. You're not quite asleep yet, but you're not fully awake either. You're floating in that perfect in-between space. The cabin holds you safely. The bed supports you completely. The quilts warm you thoroughly. The fire guards you faithfully. The snow insulates everything, wrapping the cabin in silence. You become aware of your heartbeat, slow, steady, calm. Each beat sends warmth through your body. Your breathing matches its rhythm. In for 4 heartbeats, out for 4 heartbeats. In and out, in and out. A log in the fireplace shifts, settling deeper into the coals. A small shower of sparks rises and fades. The flames adjust, dancing to a slightly different rhythm. But your eyes are closed now, and you only sense the change in light rather than seeing it. Outside, a branch releases its load of snow. You hear the soft whump as it lands, but it's a distant sound, muffled and dreamlike. Everything is distant now. Everything is soft. You're aware of warmth, of darkness, of safety. But these sensations are becoming abstract, less distinct. The boundary between your body and the bed is blurring. You might be floating or sinking, or both at once. The fire continues to burn, protecting you from the cold. The snow continues to fall, adding inches to the drifts outside. The wind continues to blow, singing its ancient winter song. But these things are happening in another world now, separate from the warm, dark space you inhabit. Your thoughts have scattered like those sparks from the fire, rising briefly, glowing, then fading to nothing. There's no narrative anymore, no sequence of ideas, just fragments, warmth, snow, safe home, sleep. The cabin breathes around you. The fire glows, the quilts embrace, the pillow supports, the mattress cradles, and you simply let go. Somewhere in the night, the fire burns down to glowing coals. The wind shifts direction. The snow accumulation on the windowsills grows deeper. But you don't notice any of this. You're far away now, deep in the kind of sleep that only comes in places like this, remote, safe, surrounded by winter's quiet power. You might dream of snow falling through dark forests, of warm fires and cold mountains, of being small and protected in a vast, wild world. or you might not dream at all. Simply rest in that deep, restorative darkness where body and mind repair themselves. The cabin stands watch over you through the long winter night. The logs hold strong against the wind. The fire keeps its patient vigil. The quilts maintain their warmth, and you sleep deeply, peacefully, completely. Outside, the snow falls and falls and falls, covering everything in white silence. Inside, there's only warmth and darkness, and the gentle sound of breathing yours, and the cabins, and the fires, all synchronized in the slow rhythm of a perfect winter night. Sleep well, traveler. The cabin will keep you safe. The fire will burn through the night. And when you wake, the world will be new again, transformed by snow, fresh and clean and bright. Relax, okay, I am with you, but that's tomorrow. Tonight, there's only this: deep sleep in a cozy winter cabin, sheltered from the storm, warm and safe, and at peace. The fire glows softly, the snow falls gently, and you sleep and sleep and sleep. Sweet dreams in your winter sanctuary. Snowflake, fire snow.